Tells me I have to tell you something here.
Hmm?
It was my fault. And the shock, it like my heart broke into four parts. It was like for years and years and years you've been lying to me. Like you're one of my closest friends and then you go like she goes like I was putting the detergent in the clothes, not in the washing machine. And I'm just like, how do you like first of all, you ruined my favorite shirt. And then you lie to me for years. My closest friend. Let's just say I'm not good with Madonna anymore.
Yeah, she's horrendous. Uh,
I'll tell you more
I'm
about it
sorry.
later. I'll tell you more about it later.
God, I need to hear the end of that. So you cut her off, obviously. You
I
don't
know.
need to.
I did. I did. I actually like it's kind of an ongoing missing persons case.
I mean, fair.
It was my Cowboy Bebop shirt.
Oh God. Okay, let's start and don't talk to anyone else about this.
I shouldn't have been saying this on the air.
Yeah,
So hi. For all of you though that don't get it, she did that to me.
I did
So,
that to her.
so
To her. Did that to her. I well, here's the thing. I had just moved out. Okay, I had a. I know.
I'm clearly joking.
I know you're joking, but I'm like, I want people to understand I'm not a raging idiot now. um,
I'm a much bigger person than I was. I used to.
I didn't. I had never washed my own clothes before. I moved out, so I was just like, oh, this is well. No, I know it went somewhere in the three. I didn't know which one, and I didn't want to break anything. So I'm like, you know what? Just put it
I'm
in
gonna
there.
tell you something that a lot of my work friends say and keep reminding me.
Hmm.
Google's your friend.
Yeah, you're right. There's sometimes though. Sometimes I'll have to Google something that I'm like, this is so embarrassing. That I'm like, I don't want Google to judge me. Like,
You're
who
not
you
all
dumb
good.
bitch? Like,
You're
did you mean you're stupid? Like,
okay.
Hmm.
So
So you know how they say that thing?
one thing that I say, Selma, I'm at the edge of my seat here.
Please
I am.
tell me.
Haven't been this tense since I watched Perfect Blue. I am so ready to hear what you're about to tell
Well,
me.
there's this age-old saying.
Oh, age old? How have I not heard it before?
It goes like this:
Okay.
when you step on a crack, you break your mom's back.
Holy fucking shit.
I know, not. I mean, it rhymes, so it must be true.
Rhymes and must be true. And but back in the day, it didn't rhyme. Thou shalt it not
Step it,
step it
step it on
on the
the.
cracket, or thou shalt break your mother.
Yes, mother's spine.
Mother spine, mother's congenial fluids that are inside the spine. You have this opinion.
Let me hear it.
Actually, it's not an opinion. It's more of a lifestyle. It's like
Okay.
it's the thing. I'm being Gwyneth Paltrow here, and I think
Mhm.
just the Earth, everything, not like whatever noun you can think of,
Mhm.
usually is so like if it's anywhere near positive,
Mhm.
it's so mother
Yeah.
that I just always skip those cracks.
Yeah, you have to
I have to
just to be safe.
just to be safe. What was your week?
What was my? I don't fucking. I went to a poolside thing, and
Did you get
that
high
was
by the
fun.
beach?
Huh?
Did you get high by the beach?
Mm-hmm.
Baby high, baby
Maybe,
high.
maybe. Here's my thing. I'm keeping my drinks options open now. I need to figure out what to like actively start drinking when I'm drinking because everything up until now. Okay, beer sits right with me, but I hate the smell. Like I hate burping. I
And
hate
taste.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, not do, and it's mainly just I'm fine with the taste too. It's just I don't want the like
Mm-hmm.
breath of beer
Mm-hmm.
on me. Summersby's are fine,
Ciders.
yeah, but they make me very like gastricy, like
Mm-hmm.
acidy, you know. So every time I drink them, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
not throw up, but just wine. I was a big white wine drinker, but I've noticed something years after. Every time I drink a full bottle, it gives me diarrhea in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not good. And maybe it's just the quality of wine I'm drinking, to be completely
Yeah, you
honest.
drink the 5 liters, 5
Yes. But I want my young body back. I could drink mud.
I could find you a young body. We'd have to cover up the details,
Yeah,
but I could find you a
imagine.
young body.
But I could drink like mud with pure alcohol in it, and next morning be like, oh, do
Okay,
that
so what
again.
about this?
Mm.
A water.
I guess I'll have to, honestly. Because even fucking juices now, I'm so like, for what? Like, they don't. Nothing works. I want a pill to cover it all. I want to take one pill that's gonna make me feel drunk, also feel full, and that's just to have nothing, and then just smoke.
I think in the professional world, that's what they call an eating disorder. Or and alcoholism.
And alcohol. Oh, why have one thing when you can have four? So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing some research. We'll see how it goes.
Say, what about red wine?
I don't. It makes me like it dries out my mouth too much, and I
What
don't.
about more expensive white wine?
See, I could do that, but then that's an expensive hobby for me.
Well, alcoholism um was never what's the word?
Profitable.
No. There's the word like commercials. It was never sold as
Mm-hmm.
a
Save
cheap
money. Yeah.
person's thing, yeah.
It's just.
Except if you're an immigrant and it's the winter and you really need to get warm.
Mm-hmm. Did you know actually alcohol doesn't keep you warm?
But it makes your brain think it's warm.
Yeah.
What's more important?
Fair. But I don't know. I want like a cute little thing because I'm not okay. We play up this joke a lot. I'm not an alcoholic. Okay,
Come on, I think I'm genuinely being not funny here. I think you're a high functioning alcoholic.
but that's the thing. I never drink to get blacked out. I'm not like a
But
drinker to be
you
like.
are always drinking.
I'm not always. I drink at the weekends. I'm not okay. The thing is, when we hang out, I do drink, but I'm not drinking like
And when do we
when
hang
I'm
out?
not.
And when do we hang out? And it's
No,
funny.
but if you come to pick me up and then we stop at the store, I'm gonna buy like a few something. But again, that's just like a
And you know
how
what's
come home from work, have two beers, go to bed.
you know
That's
what's
that.
funny
I don't
about
think
that.
that's
And you know what's funny
alcoholism.
about that.
What?
I'm not being like, yo, you got it because I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I
Because
have to. He's sober, so I'm drinking for the both of us.
yeah.
You know, it's
No, but
yeah,
even
you
when I
don't have
go
a
to
problem, but I would say
yeah.
it's high functional alcoholism.
Okay.
Try and go a week without like try and go 2 weeks without drinking a drop.
I don't have a problem with it being like I need to drink. It's just like a I'll have more fun
Hmm.
thing for me. So I'm like might as well. But I
Okay,
don't
that just
need
sounds sad.
I know.
My thing is, I don't know why I drank because
Gonna fall.
yep,
Mhm.
I don't know why I drank because it did not make me feel better. It did not make me more fun in some aspects. Maybe it did, but it's an act that got tired
Yeah.
real fast.
Real quick.
And when you think about me all of those years ago,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Standing face to face with.
you have an
Wow.
alcohol problem. It's a thing of I'm when you think of your typical alcoholic friend, when you think of your typical person with alcohol, that was me.
Yeah.
Throwing up, always sitting on the
Going
toilet,
down.
going down, um, running back to the room when Believe from Cher comes on, and then they play rap and our songs, and I'm like,
Idiot.
okay, like I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, coming up to a random person, being like, you don't know how much she means to me.
I love you, Susan.
I love you, Susan. My name's Dave.
Susan, Susan,
Sure, Susan.
let me say it. I gotta say it.
I gotta say it. Susan, I love you. Okay, your bill is $14
Yeah.
for these 3 packs of cigarettes and you don't smoke.
Yeah.
Susan, this is my dinner. Shut up, Susan. Susan, shut up. You don't know me. You don't know me, Susan.
But I know you.
I know.
I see and I feel you. Okay?
Sometimes I know we have to battle it through so we can continue on the beautiful journey that we were before. Goodbye, Gabriella.
Oh god.
It's that. It's a lot of
Yeah.
that. It's a lot of um
Yeah, that's the thing. And I haven't had a moment in so long where I got drunk.
I don't remember you ever drunk. You
Mm,
got one. You got drunk once since I've known you, and
mm.
it hasn't been in front of me. It's that night you woke up and I said like, you want to live a superstar life, you got to live the superstar
Oh,
morning.
but that was because of the Xanax when I
Oh
was
yeah,
throwing up. I didn't drink like more than I usually do, just because I took
yeah.
Xanax and I was like, well, my body's like, mm-mm-mm.
Oh, you're being responsible.
Yeah. So that I don't know. I
No, the other day, a friend of mine that I met on the popular meeting up with friends and dates app Boo,
boo.
oops, he was like, "Let me tell you about this night I had," and he writes me like a poor, like I had to scroll many times to read the whole thing, and my only reply was like, "I'm so glad I stopped drinking,
Yeah,
because reading that tired me out."
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do when I get home? Well, first of all, I'm gonna hang out with
So
you.
yeah.
And then when he goes home, I'm gonna open up that new thing that I bought for like storing puzzles for later and fucking puzzle.
I'm like fucking
I'm
puzzle.
gonna make a fucking puzzle. Oh my god, it's Batman, it's 1,000 pieces, it's black, gray, and blue.
Oh my god.
It's the worst. Um, but yeah, no. My week has been filled with Mondays. It was just every day, like a lot of the work staff was like sick
Yeah.
or quote unquote sick,
Mm.
and
Everyone's like, I'm going to the beach. Fuck this. Uh, uh,
so. But my thing is also, I know that a friend of mine like took vacation days,
yeah.
and then a supervisor tagged him, but not his supervisor, so he doesn't know he's on
Yeah.
vacation. And then another person went like, "Oh, he's sick," and I'm like, "Don't."
Yeah. Don't make it seem like he lied.
Yeah, no, 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 because we have like legal like vacation days.
Mm.
You use your vacation days,
Yeah.
but then it's like if you just somebody's not there and you just say, "Oh, they're sick," we have this image of everybody just
Yeah.
fucking
Faking it.
off. So when somebody gets actually sick, what you
Yeah.
gonna do when they come for you? Um,
Bad boy.
on Tuesday, I had this random moment with my supervisor where I went like, I'm just like I was explaining a case to him, and I was like, I'm just venting, and he was like, "Oh, let it all out," in like English, and I was just like, "Don't take, I'll take you up on that offer. Don't
Yeah.
tell me that." And he
And
was
then
like,
you'll sit here for 5 hours.
"Hey, tell me everything." And for like I think half an hour, I didn't touch a single case. We were just talking,
Yeah.
and I was so like this meant so much to me, and it didn't feel like you were being corporate and
Yeah.
being
We're
like
family.
we're a family. No, he was just like, "Oh, vent it out. Sure,
Yeah.
it's." I told him that I was going off pills, and either he just didn't want to comment on it or he had like a controversial opinion that he didn't want to say, but he didn't go like, no, I am, he
Yeah. Yeah.
he wasn't a fake bitch about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and it felt really like, okay, now I can work.
Yeah.
Or so it's been a week of Mondays. I didn't have any time for myself except on Saturday when I got paid
Mm-hmm.
and I bought two huge Lego sets, none of them for me.
Aw.
I bought friends presents, and I love buying presents. You know me. You know me. I'll spend a lot of money on presents, but I realize that buying Lego is really hard
Yeah.
because I want it. Give me, please. I bought Amara the Lego Stitch, which I already have, and I was
Yeah.
like, here you go.
Too.
I want. No, my thing is like, I wish I had friends, and I appreciate that everybody sees Lego and they go like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be so much fun to make.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is such a fun pastime." But I want somebody who like Amel,
Hmm.
he got like a Lego tank, and he was like, "I am not fucking building this, but I really want this thing.
Yeah. So you build
Build
it,
it
give
for
it.
me." And
Yeah.
I'm like, that involves everything. Everything we. It's such a you know,
Clear
fair's
head, like
fair.
yeah.
Like I get to build it, you
Get
get to keep
yeah.
the item
Yeah.
and to see it.
Build it, you get to have it. It's cool.
Good little asshole. Our dog threw up 2 times yesterday.
Yeah, and it's just a questions game now to be like, is it just these two spots or did he throw up somewhere else too and it dried up?
Yeah.
So we're just walking around like, what is it? Where
Where,
where is it, Dwight?
where is
Where
it,
is it?
boy? Where is it, boy? So yeah, no, my week has been. I mean, when I went to buy the things, I ran into an old friend of mine who I kind of stopped hanging out with because of my mental health problems and his mental health problems. And he had a best friend who died in an accident, and then he was like, "My new best friend is suicidal, so
Mm.
might not be the best choice of options for me." And I'm like, "I get it."
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So I ran into him and a friend of his, and we hung out for a while, and that was fun.
It's fun.
You know,
Mm.
I did nothing. I saw a lot of dogs, and I did nothing. I worked,
Yeah.
got off work, walked him, maybe rode my bike a bit. Yeah, no, it's been such a nothing
Yeah.
week.
Made a fire for the first time ever and worked out perfectly from one thing. Get go is great. Loved it.
Well, like I said, doing like an open air fire is much easier than doing like indoors, like closed things. But
I know,
yeah,
but it was. I really thought it would be like it would get off, or like
I'm not saying like, oh, you shouldn't be proud of yourself. I'm saying like when you're in the future when you have to make a fire, don't stress it.
Yeah,
Have enough place for everything in the thing to breathe
yeah.
because oxygen is the most important thing about fire.
I don't know.
If you see it dying, get a frisbee and wave at it.
Yeah,
I'm not being
I don't
funny.
know. We did that with the Smithy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know it's a thing with that.
Anyway.
Eh, anyway, anyway, a friend of mine came back and it was like we're just grandparents at this point.
Yeah.
I told you that we were talking about vacuum cleaners, and Amber was like, "Oh my God, whenever I'm at your place, John, I just can't wait. Like if we're at a party and we're all cleaning, I'm instantly getting so happy.
What the
It's such a
can
good vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner." And the funny thing is, I burnt that vacuum cleaner.
How do you burn a vacuum?
So,
Walk me through it.
so I was vacuuming,
Uh,
and so I'm sucking up the like in our house when you have like the fireplace and sometimes
yeah.
things fall out, and it's usually like things that are already turned off.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and I was just, and as it sucked in, I saw it activate,
So,
not with fire, but like glowing.
yeah.
And then I was like, maybe we'll be fine.
Maybe
And
it's
the thing
chill.
with vacuum cleaners is they inhale air, and as we have learned on this podcast a few minutes ago, oxygen is the most important thing for fire.
Absolutely.
So it just starts fucking smoking.
Yeah.
So I, in a panic, and this is the like dumbest fight I've ever had with my dad. I, in a panic, so knock on the neighbor's door, being
Mm.
like, "I'm shocked. I don't know what to do." He just opens it, and I'm like, "Oh, I know the compartment." I take the bag. It's a
Mm.
bag thing, and I just throw it out the balcony.
Oh God.
And then I tell my parents, and my dad's like, "Why didn't you call? Why didn't you call us?" Being like, "Oh no, he."
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's mad, and he can't just be like, "Fuck you for doing this."
Yeah. So it
And so
just
he's
has to
like,
be something.
"Why did you not call us?" or
Yeah.
something like that. And then it's me being so pissed, and I'm like, "Well, I don't know. This whole thing is burning. Let me just call my parents right now and wait for them to fucking answer, and then be like, hello, hello, father, hello, mother. This thing is burning. What do I do?
Yeah.
You explain to me without video calling. Just explain to me in words,
So what to do? Yeah.
please. Oh, by the way, the house is aflames now."
Yeah. Yeah.
It was the dumbest argument I ever had. But it smelled really bad for a while, and now it's really good again. It's an old vacuum cleaner from Germany, like before the
Mhm.
war, not the Second World War.
That's the thing with old shit. It's always like gonna last and last and last.
They didn't realize that they'll get more money if they make bad products.
Yeah. Now I can't buy shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. You always buy something, and I will buy the thing to like fix that thing.
Hmm.
Like you bought some knives, and I was like, okay, we're getting a sharpener.
Yeah.
I really wanna what I want for my birthday. Well, Legos.
Well,
But I would love a screw gun.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I just want to do handiwork.
I want to get a shelf for the room.
You know what I would need first?
Hmm. Screw it. Because I want to put the projector in there, but it's like every time I want to, it either has to be like really positioned on the bed or have to like
Yeah.
make shit up, and I don't want to. Then that's just too much work.
And the 4th of July was this week.
Yeah.
It made me want a hot dog real bad.
Hot dog real bad. Um, I don't know. Nothing makes me happy anymore. Like,
My parents went to summer vacation. They're
that's
gonna
fun.
leave me alone for 20 days.
Mm.
And you know, and the good thing is I'll get skinnier.
Yeah.
The bad thing the bad thing is I'll be really hungry. I can make food.
Yeah.
I just at work my
Mhm.
breaks are for napping,
Yeah.
masturbating, or showering.
Yeah. Make it a forward.
7.
Yes.
Waking up earlier. No, you know what my problem is? I make food when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So like if I woke up at 7 and I made myself food and like my work shift starts at 8 that day, let's say, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start this
Mm-hmm.
food day, shit like that. I'm just like I'm not hungry,
Yeah.
and then at 8 I'm hungry, and I'm like
Now what?
now I would start making
Yeah.
food. So I don't know. I just it's it's not it, sis. It's
It
not
ain't
it.
it.
It's not it. I will eat a lot more of your food,
Yeah.
but like we haven't bought groceries yet, so we will.
I'm waiting for my fucking paycheck. Everyone got, I mean, by everyone, I mean, the one person I asked got their paycheck and mine is still like pending. And I'm like, what?
Why? Do you think I'm a terrorist?
Yeah, like, for what?
There's the dude. I think it's Brandon Calvello, the guy you sent the other day,
Okay.
and he made a video of like um oh god, like he's at the like airport.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh my god, I can't wait to shit. It's like I'm gonna blow a fucking bob, and being honest, like nobody should be on that flight when it's gonna be such a fucking bomb. Sir, please take off your watch. Oh, it's really stuck on there. Don't want a terrorist. The terrorist. Gosh. This week I got reminded of one of my favorite jokes of all time, and it's funny
Mm-hmm.
because some people laugh and then they later get it, and it's the best part. It was when Bob the drag queen was watching Drag Race, and she was like, "Her dress is so incomparable. It's kind of like a." And then Thorgy didn't get it, and she was like, "What? You know, it's so incomparable. It's really like a."
Okay, Queen,
He got
God.
surprised by an umbrella.
But
Well, also
fair.
that lady is being like, "It's the sun. I gotta shield myself from the rain." What if we just let him out and have him attack her?
I mean, honestly,
Lady,
we
you're
should.
being weird.
We're being dumb. We should really wash the windows.
We should
Tis,
also
tis the
watch.
season.
'Tis the season. You're just waiting for me to have a productive day.
Yeah, just waiting for the ADHD to hit. Just be
when,
like,
and it's so funny because you're at work and then I have my little booty shorts on and I roll up my sleeves
yeah,
and then somebody passes and I wave at them like a
yeah.
little suburban grandma.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Um,
Uh, I'm really burnt out. I need the vacation days to come. I also have that surgery next week.
oh, good luck with that, sis.
Yeah,
Like I said before in this podcast, I would rather die than
yeah.
have a surgery in my mouth.
I
I
know.
would rather have a surgeon in my mouth. Gay.
Yay, sex. I I don't want to do it, but I have to do it and I have to get it over with. But it's such an annoying like my mouth is gonna swell up for 2 days, and it's so nice out. You know what I mean?
But it swole out today too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he hit me. He beat me up
I am
yesterday.
officially
A wife beater.
a husband, as
Yes.
they call him in the modern day of age.
He went to the bathroom to poop.
Oh,
Diarrhea.
yeah, and then like 30 minutes later, I came back into the room,
Yeah, and I was on my phone because
and
I
I
was like,
really wanted to
hey,
listen to this one song
yeah,
by Aretha Franklin,
urethra.
Natural Woman,
By urethra.
and she was still at her phone,
Yeah.
so I slapped it out of her hand as a joke. It hits her face on
Lip.
the lip, and it as it's hitting it, it's also hitting
It does have braces, so it hit like the bottom lip hit the braces and then
top lip
yeah, top lip.
inside of the top lip.
Yeah, that's what I meant. and it hit the braces and like it cut it, so it started bleeding. And you know how lips are,
It's a shame you
very
did. It's a
bloody.
shame you didn't brace yourself.
Oh,
Oh God.
and then it's swole up a bit, and I really like that it makes me look like so punk.
He just ate plastic.
You dumb? Are you dumb?
Like it's
Are you dumb?
and it's not a thing of like we give him food when he should eat. You have a thing of food.
You have food. Now he starts hiccuping. He's a dumbass. Look here.
We said he's a dumbass, and he said,
Ruin to talk. Like
"Pache,
you've never eaten plastic before.
fair,
Yeah. Did you
Pish-
ever
pache."
um like you would have candy and those candies that get they're wrapped in like paper and then they tear and you just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, of course.
Duh. Next question.
What a dumbass question. Um, eh, so yeah, no, not a lot of what's been going on in the media these days.
What has been going on in the media?
Hello, the media.
The
I
media.
mean, America is burning right now. They had the whole like presidential
Oh
election
yeah,
thing, and they
my
had the
favorite jokes in the world are people making fun of like both Donald and Biden, and they're
who?
Donald Trump and Biden.
What did you call them?
It's
Oh,
Donald,
both
Donald,
Donald
and
and Biden. I heard making fun of Bo Donald,
BoJack Horseman.
Bojack Donald had a farm. Yeah, yeah.
So funny because they'll take like make a video and go for like so Trump and then impersonate like it'll be a 5 minute video and 4.5 minutes are gonna be just of Trump being and then we're gonna build a wall and I'm the greatest and I'm
And I
the best
and I know that I was in prison.
whatever and then it will be that for 4.5 minutes and then three last seconds it's just gonna be like impersonating Biden going like
Where am I?
like no words, just but I love this lore now because in the Trump versus Hillary, it was very much on Trump being like making fun of Trump and shit all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. And
And
then
now it's
Hillary
like,
just being like,
but the emails though, like
yeah, yeah,
that's
like,
all.
oh my God, Hillary, what's
What's
but
with the emails? Um, but
Pokemon
now
and
it's just like
Pokemon
they
go to
both
the
suck.
polls. You make me feel. No, it's Pacheche. It's the worst fucking thing
I
ever.
love that we were watching the season finale of America, and then it's just the debate. Um,
Um,
I don't know. They're all. I don't get how like everyone across the globe of America can agree that they're both too old and too stupid. Like I don't care where you stand on political matters. Like you're still like what the fuck,
yeah.
and yet they keep getting reelected.
Hmm.
How?
Well, I think that that's a case of like a lot of places around the world have these bad political statements. America just really is obsessed with show business.
Yeah,
So it's a whole thing of like,
and that's why it's so interesting to watch because I don't even know who our presidents are.
who are our
I don't
presidents?
know.
Gavrilo Princip.
uh,
Pakrataya.
Singerica, I don't know. Uh,
Voyage.
Brest,
I don't think we named a single Bosnian first.
um,
Laka.
La,
Well,
La,
he deserves to be.
Lepa Brena. She's fucking.
She's ours? Okay.
Um,
She hits herself in the head.
God. No, but it's so like I don't know and I don't care, because what are they gonna talk about? Nothing fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, we have, like, we all pay attention to the other variant very much.
yeah, but that's because he has Trump-esque statements that are
Yeah.
very funny. So
Is
I'm like,
is is
okay.
homosexual okay? I don't want to offend anybody with
No,
homosexual.
that's a that's what's his face? Serbian president.
Oh, that's the Serbian president.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his name?
I love because there's a Serbian president and then the like right hand man of the president is a lesbian woman.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Is it okay if I say homosexual? I don't know
I
these
don't know.
terms. I just call Anna and I go like
And I love her face too. She's just like,
And it's funny because it was a meme of like my friend is gay, don't make like,
yeah.
and then it's like half a drink in, and he's like, "Is it okay like if I say homosexual?" And then like the end of the drink, and the main faggot of this country, that's me. That was said by the Serbian president. And the main faggot of this
too,
country.
because he's so like, okay, sure, yes, I am. Now what?
Oh God, politics.
I mean, it's horrendous. It's a bad situation here because we're, I think, the only country in the world that has like
Three
three
presidents.
presidents,
Yeah,
and it's to like
because
represent
we
each
have
person,
three, three. We're
like three nations within
it's fun.
our
No, it's funny
country.
because there are countries that are multicultural.
Yeah,
Because like Germany is multicultural now, where they have like
yeah. You
people
you
from
have
all around.
Muslims in Germany. You have
We
Christians in Germany. You have
no no
Jews.
no, but not that's the thing. They have like Bosnia is the whitest place on planet Earth,
Yeah,
and it quote unquote has three cultures.
yeah, which is so stupid. It's so like it's just a like there's a group of people who live in this particular part of the country that happen to all be Christian, and now it's like, oh, so we're all Serbs then.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
so we're a
stupid.
different culture entirely.
Yeah, so we have that. Like
Like
we have,
if you're gonna be that way, like every single city has its own culture.
yeah,
I understand when it's like, oh, we're genuinely like we're immigrants from different
yeah,
countries, and then it's like,
yeah.
and that's like Germany has this whole like multi-culti thing where it's like, yeah, it's called multi-culti. It's so fun,
Yeah.
and now there's issues about that too. You know what I? You know what? The only political thing I want to talk about
Hmm.
is those kids in Ireland getting a day off school and
Uh-huh.
then going like, "Think you can stop what we do?
About
I doubt it.
it,
You have the energy. We'll tell you all about
about
it.
it. I
I
love them
searched
so
for my spark and I found it.
it.
Everybody in the crowd start bouncing."
Thing. We had such a Mamma Mia moment right now when the two of them, Donna's friends, are singing the song, and like one of them just keeps like coming in the last last lyric.
Think you can? I doubt it.
It.
No, there's songs that I will never sing being the main singer.
Mm-hmm.
Want to hear my vocals when I sing um, Texas Hold'em?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, oh, stick around. It's me singing whenever I hear it. It's so, and I have to jiggle my little boobies.
Yeah. You are so cute.
The biggest line I get is "Stick around." Come on, I want to sing the main part with me. Come on.
This ain't Texas.
Hey,
We ain't hold up.
whoa,
I don't know the rest.
come round,
Round, round, round,
round.
round.
Stick around.
Yeah.
So grab your Lexus, like a
Take
tease
you
up,
out.
and I'll be damned if I can. So dance with.
See, that doesn't work because I'm also that. With this song, I am
Whenever we
also.
hear the song, it's like, there's what song do we always say? It's Good Luck Babe,
Yeah.
and I always confuse you because you go like, I hate to say it, I told you so. I hate to say, but then you have to sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Sing bar.
Of
It's
course.
so horrendous. I'm so bad at rhythm in general. So,
You know,
you can play me the song that I know from bottom, like, and if you play just the instrumental of it, there's no way I'll ever
you
know.
are a fairly good dancer, like rhythmic dancer.
Yeah,
Like whenever I do like a rhythm thing, you catch what I'm doing,
yeah,
and you're like, ooh, rhythm.
yeah.
Ooh,
No, I'm
rhythm,
I'm
mama.
good with that. I just like play me an instrumental. I will never know when I need to come in with the
Oh, okay, okay,
with
okay.
singing.
Oh, I hear this song and I always have to do it, and I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to do the thing. You know, every now and then, I think you might like to hear something from us. Nice, easy. You see, there's just one thing. You see, we never ever do nothing. Nice, easy. We always do things nice and rough. So we gotta take the beginning of the song, do it easy. We're gonna do the finish rough. That's the way we do it. Proud Mary.
But the
And
entire
we're
time,
rolling,
yeah,
rolling. Listen to the story. And that's when I.
yeah,
That's
that's
when
where
I
we go.
start. It's the best. Uh, anyways, I think we don't have anything to talk about.
We don't. I want to live
Okay.
on a beach.
Okay.
That's what I want to talk about. I'm really like, and I don't know if it's just because it's hot, but I'm really like, I want.
Do you think a beach town has more humidity?
No, that's fine, but I can always jump in the ocean
Okay.
and be chill.
Well, when you work,
Break, 5 minute break, go jump, come back. Like that's what I'm like
you would do
genuinely.
that.
I
You
would
would
do
do
that.
that. Oh my god, wet hair.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
No, a
hello,
thong panty.
Midwest Freight Systems, how can I help you?
And we're rolling. Rolling, yeah. So I think we should just go into the mother of the week.
Okay.
So it's always okay. So somebody might as well break the ice, and it might as well be me. I'm used to being a hostess as part of my husband's job, and it's always challenging when a new group of friends meet. And I don't know what we are doing here or why we were invited to this treasure space, but I am determined to enjoy myself, and I'm quite intrigued. And oh my, the soup delicious. Lester,
So,
I've told you that quote many times, and you're just like, okay.
okay, okay. But sometimes I'll always like when if you reference something and I don't know what it is, I assume it's from Batman.
You thought that speech was from Batman. That's so not
Fucking
Batman.
not Batman, but like Catwoman would have said it. You know, like some side character.
Some like weird,
Yeah,
like
niche.
Adam West Batman
Yeah.
esque, you know. I love that like I say something weird and you're just like, ah, it's a Batman thing.
Batman, or he's quoting the Simpsons movie. But at this point, I know the Simpson movie too,
You-
the beginning to an end.
People don't know the Simpsons movie quotes. They know the voice that I do when you mention something. Oh my god. Ai, que čista zlata! Jedna u životu bude cool! I, je li ti ime sjajno poput lica? A, jesi dobro? A, to je mala curica koja nije spasila macu. Jezero Spring?
See,
The voice. I don't do the voice.
uh,
It's great. I watched it the other day. I gotta learn it in English. I know the whole thing in Frasier. So, who's Mother of the Week?
Mother of the Week is the movie Clue.
Are there any mothers in the movie? I
No,
don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
Is every single one of the cast members mothering?
Yeah,
Fuck
absolutely.
yes.
Fuck yeah.
From the like 3 minutes of from the one scene of the singing telegram. Da-da-da-da-da. I am. You're singing.
Dead.
Clue has this comedy where it's like we're gonna throw a lot of quotes and maybe like quoting it, you don't understand that why it's funny, why it's a joke.
Yeah,
It's a lot of their physical comedy.
it really is. It's very like, hi, baby.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you something that I never ask you.
Mhm.
Like, who's your favorite? But I won't say without.
Okay, because I'm genuinely like,
Yeah, like
the
it's a
fumble.
question now.
Yeah,
I know
'cause-
my favorite.
yeah. No, that's the thing. Like I love all the women in this.
Yes, the women had these really fun, exciting
Yeah.
parts.
And like with men, it was mainly physical. They didn't have anything funny
Yeah.
to say, really.
Yeah,
I mean, they did.
Colonel Mustard had many moments
Yeah.
of being an idiot.
Yeah. And but it was also the gay guy at the end of the movie just going like,
And I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
wife. Ding. Just him waking at the camera.
But then he also had this whole thing of the whole movie being like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. So the movie Clue is about, so they get an invitation.
It's
for
based on the popular board game Clue that
Yeah.
we still have to buy. We're probably
Yeah.
gonna buy it in Germany.
Yeah.
Where the whole point of the game is to find out where somebody was murdered, in what room, and with what weapon.
Yeah. And so
where somebody was murdered and in what room. Who killed him in what room and with what
What?
weapon?
Yeah. So it's them, a group of how many were there? Three.
I think in this version it's six.
Okay.
I
So
mean six and the butler.
yeah. So they're all invited to this house, and then nobody knows why they're there, and they're all like, "Oh," and then your girl eating soup, living love and life.
No. Who ate the soup first? Mrs. White going.
Yeah,
It's this introduction of all the characters, and they have this joke that the butler stepped in dog shit that goes for like the entirety of the intro.
yeah. Just everyone comes in and they're like smelling around, and then they all look at their own shoes, being like, "Did
And
I step
it's
in poop?"
you got really like you got really like crazy laughy at the end. I was
Yes.
crazy laughy at the beginning because the beginning was all about like they're cultured and they're
Yeah.
being nice, but then it's like um
Who stepped in dog shit?
yeah, who
Yeah.
stepped in dog shit, and then it was also like Yvette tend to his every needs within reason, of
With
course.
no, it's such a fun like campy movie, and it's like it's such a '90s comedy,
I know.
but in the best way possible.
What do you mean? Mud. It has the incomparable Tim Curry.
Yes.
He's very like he's uncomparable. He's very, he reminds me so
So,
much of
yeah, so it's that, and then throughout the whole movie, you're just kind of like, oh, look at that, but it's not like a murder mystery where like, oh, it's shit matters,
it
nothing
is
matters.
murder mystery s, but it's like at one point you ask me like then who did it, and I'm like there's three endings. Whoever you say that did except Mr. Green,
Yeah,
they
they
will
did it.
have killed
Yeah.
the person, like a person.
Yeah.
There's the person getting who was killed was Mr. Body.
Roll with it. Was so funny when we started. You were like, so his name is Mr. Body. What do you think is gonna happen to him? And I was like, is he gonna win the lottery?
And I was like,
Is he gonna...
how the fuck is she? It's that scene in Fleabag where she has the wall of dicks,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes like, "Did you find your father?" And she's like, "Oh, he was back." No, no, no. Did you find
Find
your
the ball.
father on the wall? And she goes like, "That one." And the mom goes like, "Yes."
Oh,
I mean, like, I think everybody could find their father's penis in a wall of penises.
I don't think I could personally.
Okay.
But it's like, could you
Then you.
find your mom's boobs? I could find my mom's boobs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like the gender of the parent is what like will be more freer or being naked around you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
like,
because I have very European parents.
you do. You do.
Yeah, I
Um,
do. Um, but yeah, no, I was gonna go on this tangent about how like most of the men in my family have similar penises. So
you know,
that's more for the
people don't need
therapist's
to know. I
office.
know that.
Um, but it's this really funny movie, and the thing is, it's people who know this movie quote it to dear end. Like
Yeah,
it's. I watched this movie with you, and we usually need subtitles, and I was like, I can't find the subtitles. I can't be arsed.
yeah,
I'll quote the whole thing.
yeah. Don't worry,
Don't
you'll
worry.
understand.
Okay, so who like the
Okay,
three
so
women are your favorite?
I'm really like I was very fine with letting go of Mrs. White throughout the up until the end. I was so like I don't care. Like she's fun, but like
She's fun.
whatever.
No, everybody in this movie is fun. When we say
Yeah,
like we don't care or let go, we're thinking like these other people are just funnier.
yeah. So, but throughout the beginning, I was very, and you called it like the pimp lady. She was very me, like
Yeah,
very
yeah,
my like lore, because she's like I have very cunty, very being like
yeah.
like from the moment she came on
I
screen.
run a specialized phone and hotel and telephone service, which provides the gentleman with the need of a lady for a short time.
For sure. And I was so like, yes, you do get it.
Her car stopped and she like bent over and
No,
lifted
but
her
like
leg.
her car. No, what's the funny part? Her car stops and she's being very dude-esque about it. She's like, ah, fuck. Like she's hitting the car, and then she sees another car coming, and she bends over, like arches her back, and she's like, "Be in trouble." And then the dude stops, and he's like, "Do you need a ride?" She's like, "Okay."
Why did the car stop? It's frightened.
It's frightened. Um.
Um,
So yeah, I loved her from the beginning. And I loved your girl too,
Mrs.
Peacock,
Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock, because she's a very like older lady and very like just
She is all of our aunts.
yeah, like
She,
so funny.
she, and I'm gonna say a lot of her quotes, and they're not funny. It's the way this breathy person says them,
Yeah,
and she always looks disheveled, and she's always standing up
and
because
she's
she
always
was
screaming.
sitting.
Yeah, and she's so like sits down.
So I mean, I knew I fell in love with her the second she was like, "God, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
God, this soup's delicious." I never did anything wrong. My husband's like, okay,
yeah.
and then she takes off her glasses, and then they go like, "But why did you play the back?" Yeah, she puts back the glasses on, and she is so, and we both laughed at if he thinks we're they're all being black men called they're all un-American, and then they go like, why didn't he report us to the police? And he was like, he just decided to make more money of it. What's more American than that? And then she like so proudly
Yeah.
goes like shakes her head like yes.
hmm No, but to me, it was such a like, yeah, like,
No, for me, I read it as this very like right.
right, yeah,
You are so
so
like
correct.
mhm. Hand on heart. I would have done the same because
Yes,
I'm true-blooded American.
communism was just a red herring. Funny.
Such a dumb movie, but on the best way possible. And then they have this like French maid
With
who
just boobs,
boobs
boobs,
boobs the whole
boobs for
time and
days.
the most horrendous accent you can ever think of, and it's
Yeah,
so
think of Clinton Kane,
I don't know who that is.
the guy who faked an Australian accent.
Okay, she was wait what? Tu as me frayeur ce Jack du cognac, mon Dieu.
Benja, and then she's like, Miss Peacock goes like, "Do you have a ladies' room around?" And she's like, she's like, "No, I just have to powder my nose."
But it's her going like, me too. I also drank the cognac. How do you know? I was listening.
Yeah,
She had the
horrendous. And
funniest
one moment she breaks it is when she sees.
anybody see you, and then she goes like, yes. And they know more. They know every inch of my body.
Yeah,
Like in the most like British American accent.
Yeah.
She goes transatlantic,
yeah. Get southern for a second.
and then she starts. It's your
Girl.
he took her. He took her bag. Oh my god. I wonder if any of this was heard.
I hope so. Actually, I hope not, because people are gonna think that I'm abusive. I'm not. I just screamed. I didn't scream at him. I screamed.
Scream at him. I screamed with him.
Yes. Oh.
But no. And then she starts getting strangled, and she's like, "It's you."
It's you.
Question: what's her real accent?
Yeah. Who is she? Who is that woman?
So I was also, but it is dark and I'm frightened of the dark. Would anybody go with me, mon Dieu?
Bonjour.
And then like the two dudes went like, I will, and then the gay dude goes like, no thanks.
No, thank you. No, but it's so funny. Please watch, because it's so secondarily like it's so there. Like, could anyone like to go with me? And then
If you didn't pay attention to the movie, you'd be like, why is this considered funny?
yeah, you really have
you
to
watched
listen
it,
to
like-
every moment. Yeah, it's just being like yes, yes, no. um,
What other iconic quotes are there? I told you I really liked when she goes like, oh, but they didn't know what my business is.
mhm.
My real business.
Secrets.
The way,
Yeah,
my business.
secrets.
2 + 1
well,
+ 1 + 2.
two plus
Two
one
plus
plus one.
plus-
And if that ain't us playing that fucking game with the um, yeah,
Close the box. So I
close
don't know
the
if y'all know. There's maybe you saw the couple on Instagram who are like, you roll a dice and you go like, okay, so it's
It's
3 and 5, and then you close 8, or you can close 7 and
Yeah.
1, and then it's us, and we roll like
And
4
it's
and 7, and
they're
we're just like,
so 7
also
plus
4
3
and
is 10.
7. There's not a block with 7.
Like I'm like 4 and 3 is 10. Nope. 7 and 3 is
Carry
10.
the 9.
There's the 9. Nobody knows. It's there though. Um, that's why we always lose. When they're just like 6 and 4. Uh, fully there's 10 available. But
There's a 10 available.
no, if it's
There's
not
10.
5 and 5, then it's not 10.
There's a 10, and then there's like 9 and 1,
Yeah,
8 and 2,
2.
and there's 7 and 3. But
Yeah.
what? Your turn.
Yeah.
And then I go like, fair.
Yeah.
Um, just it's this movie that if you know it, you will recognize a person who knows the movie.
Yeah.
Because now whenever I quote it, you'll be so like,
Huh.
okay, so you didn't really pay attention to Miss White up
Yeah.
until
Up until one moment where my whole world changed. Okay, because I was very adamant of like, okay, the pimp girl is my favorite. I love her because she's so cunty and she's so beautiful. She looks like Susan Sarandon. I'm like, come on now. And she's a whore. I mean, runs a whore.
hotel.
A hotel. Yes.
She
Right.
she goes like, why not? I enjoy receiving presents from strange
Since
men.
men. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, lovely. But so
Who would kill the cook? Then it wasn't that bad.
that
You joke at a time like this. It's my defense
mechanism.
She's not being like um politically correct.
Yeah. No, she's
Stands
just
up like so proud, like it's my defense mechanism.
Yeah. So, but then towards the end of the movie, we have so there are 3 different endings. One where what's her face? Yeah, she did it all.
Scarlet.
Mrs. Scarlet. Then another one is where Miss Peacock.
Peacock did it all.
And then the third one is like, but here's what really happened.
And then it's like everybody killed somebody. And
Yeah.
at the end, the
Gay guy is
no
the
no no the butler
uh-huh.
is actually Mr. Body.
Yeah, Butler's
And he just got rid of all his informants.
yeah.
And he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
He kind of did.
Yeah.
But he's fucking them all.
Yeah.
So it's this like everybody did something.
Yeah, it's all explained and it's all great.
Yeah.
They have one moment where so everyone killed someone for a very like somewhat political reason.
Yeah.
It's like
Doctor killed his patient that he slept with.
Yeah.
To not be found out.
To not be found out, to preserve his, reputation, and then it's like communism was just a red herring.
Yeah. And then Mrs. Peacock killed the cook because she realized it was her cook.
Yeah.
Scarlet killed Yvette because she was her employer. It's all like,
Yeah.
we get who shared our news.
So to get to Mrs. White.
No. Scarlet didn't kill Yvette.
Yeah,
Scarlet killed the cop.
The cop, yeah.
Because she was buying out the cop.
Yeah, and she like hit him with the
lead pipe
or whatever. But then we get to Mrs. White, and they figure out that Mrs. White is the one who killed Yvette. And then they ask her, "Why did you do it?"
No, he knows it.
Yeah, but like
you know that your late husband slept with with Yvette, and you hated her for sleeping with her.
And then she's walking down the stairs, so like you can see the fucking flames out of her ears, like you can see the smoke coming out of here.
You can see the iconic moment that's about to happen.
Yes, it's about to ensue upon us. Yes, the aura is there, and then she just stands there and she goes, "I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face."
This is not someone remembering.
No, it's this. It on the side, the face, and I was breathing, breathing, doing that, and everyone's standing around her like.
And you are laughing.
I've never.
To rewind.
Yes, I've never seen anything funnier in my entire life. Because the whole movie is not that. Like, if the whole movie was jokes like that, I'd be like, fine.
He's overreacting.
Yeah, the whole movie is like, ooh, you're gonna bump into a door, haha. Like, it's not that kind of comedy. And then just her, and I hated her so much. The flames on the side of my face and heaving.
She doesn't stop.
No.
They just talk over it.
Yeah. And that's the next funniest moment. My favorite was the end because really it had all the like funniest shit to me.
That's when it started going crazy. I like it when it's very
subtle.
Yeah, I like it when you're like, your husband was killed in under, let's say, mysterious circumstance, and then Miss Scarlet goes,
Ah,
Just
yeah.
like crazy reactions.
So the whole point of like from the beginning of the movie. Okay, so the butler throughout the whole movie, the butler's saying, "I call the police. They're gonna be here in 45 minutes." And then throughout the whole movie, it's like they're gonna be here in 30 minutes. They're gonna be here in 20 minutes. So in this ending, we find out the butler is Mr. Body,
And he
and
is playing the game for all.
yeah, so he pulls out a gun and everything, and then they go like, "So the police are not coming." Then Mrs. Peacock goes,
First, the brother says, "Why would they come?" And then Mrs. Peacock goes like, "What do you mean they won't come?" Oh my god! Right.
it's like, what do you mean they want? Oh my god, that's right. It's just being so in character, like, oh my god, what? And it's just going,
Mrs. Peacock, the whole movie is this very breathy,
yeah.
overreactive, just like, and then she goes like, "Oh my god, you're right."
That's right. So funny.
I think my favorite like is Colonel Mustard taking over and he's being like, "We gotta split up," and he's like,
Mhm.
"But what if somebody?" They're gonna split up in pairs. What if somebody ends up with the killer? And he's like, "This is war, Mrs. Peacock. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Every cook will tell you that." But look what happened to the cook. It's the hand movements. It's so
Yeah,
funny. There's
she's
one
brilliant.
moment where they're all hitting Mr. Body, and she's in the back not doing anything except cheering, but so like,
Ooh,
"Ooh,
yes.
oh my god!" It's and another hilarious moment is like when they all separate and the like power in the house goes off and they go back, and so if that is dead,
Hmm.
the policeman is dead. The singing telegram got shot.
Yeah.
They all go into the room, see a dead Yvette, and they're just
They go to the next
turn.
room. It's like,
It's the dead cop, and they're
ugh.
like, I heard a gun. She thought it was a gun.
Oh, the door slammed. Maybe somebody ran away. Oh, a dead body. Okay. So that thing that played like, which real, by the way,
It's so like
so real.
at what point does murder become
Okay,
acceptable? You
yeah,
know?
like just fine. They're dead. Cool.
Yeah. It's everything about this movie is so perfect. The running, the way
Yeah,
they're constantly like going from place to place.
yeah,
It's
and the music like.
it's
Yeah.
it's so funny, but it's um. What other moment is there? So he's exposing them all like they're all being blackmailed
Mhm.
for something, and then it's like one guy was a war profiteer, and then he goes like he thought you were all very American, thoroughly un-American,
Mhm.
and then he goes like, "Well, why were you involved with this?" And he was like, "My wife was blackmailed too. See, she had friends who were socialists." And then
Socialist.
Mrs. Peacock clutches her pearls.
Yeah, like oh my, the socialist. Oh my god.
And then at the end, the gay guy is actually an undercover cop,
Yeah.
and he goes like, "I was a plant," and Peacock goes like, "I thought men like you were called a fruit."
Fruit. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the dumbest movie ever made. It's so
It's
good.
so good.
It's so good.
It's real.
What other quotes are there? I feel like I'm missing half of the movie
Mhm.
here without the quotes. Um,
I don't know. Uh, I don't. I just have like my top three replaying in my head at all times, and I'm gonna for the rest of my life.
but look what. Oh, and then they bring in a they bring in a stranger whose car broke down.
Hmm.
So they're like, "Can you stay in this room, the one that doesn't have the bodies, so you can make like a call?" And then they're all like, "What should we do with the man? What do we let him out? It's gonna be suspicious if he's in." And then Mrs. Peacock goes like, "Who cares? Let him in. Let him out. They're the only important thing is there's two dead bodies in the cemetery."
And then they all go like, shh, shh. So funny.
Yeah, and then I mean you can see a point where why Mrs. Peacock is my definite favorite.
Uh,
She is so me. She's constantly just babbling on.
yeah.
She has this headpiece that the whole movie is falling from her head.
Yeah.
And
You said this. Her hat is a paid actor.
Dude, that body.
He's in the study. Ugh. I want movies like that. Like in
Yeah, like
general, like I
it's
want.
no. The problem now is people are trying to force camp,
Yeah, don't do
and
that.
it's you got to be clever for camp in a way of like where you can see that this movie is bad, but it's
Yeah,
hilarious. Because like I wouldn't say, okay, there's these two opinions about camp. Camp either being so bad it's good,
yeah,
or camp being like
intentionally.
intentionally bad. And
Yeah.
I'm on the latter. I'm like,
Okay.
I think camp is intentionally bad because so bad it's like The Room, it's American Horror Story, where you're like, at one point they're trying to be serious and you're not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this movie, there's not 3 minutes where we didn't at least chuckle.
Yeah.
Are you hiding? I'm coming.
Oh, you didn't do her scream.
So it's when the endings are starting to happen, and there's a scene where he like turns the light off to. So he's explaining what happened, and he retells the whole movie, and then he turns off the light, and then Mr. Green, he goes like, "Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you." Well, you're a bit late for that. I hate it when he does it. And then Mrs. White, it's light, it's done. It's she to
They had a
agree.
full on conversation. Like, it's
She,
too late for that. You
she
scared us already.
and she as an agreement
Yeah.
of like, I hate it when he does that. Goes ah
Ah.
ah.
So funny. God, it's so good. Oh.
And when Mrs. Peacock was the killer, we always get our man. Mrs. Peacock was a man. Slap.
Yeah. Oh, you really gotta watch it because it's such a like.
No, we're just. I told you, and I knew this would happen. This whole episode is going to be us just quoting the movie.
Yeah.
It's such a quotable movie.
There's nothing to explain really. Like there's just dead people and they're figuring out who
Yeah,
did it.
it's a
That's the
murder
movie.
mystery, and it has three. This was genius, though. It has three endings,
Yeah.
and back in the day, when it was coming out in theaters, they would play one of the three endings.
Yeah.
So like your friend who watched it at another time would be like, "Oh my god, it's so crazy," like Miss Peacock being the killer, and you're
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck are
No,
you
it
talking
wasn't
about?"
Miss Peacock and like so good.
Yeah, and
They made a little clue game within watching
yeah,
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. No, Clue media in general is a lot about like because I told you they tried to make a musical,
Mhm.
and at the end the audience would choose who the killer
Yeah.
is, and then they would all have scripts if they were
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
one chosen, and it's um
Great.
no, we gotta buy the Clue board game.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like a cute little game that you play, and
Yeah.
then it has like deduction and shit like that, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It really is. But it's Clue in European countries for some reason it's called Cluedo.
Okay. Well,
I think it was like
interesting.
a thing of there was already like a European board game called Clue, and then in America it was okay to call it Clue, but here
Mhm.
it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, when he's like uncovering the truth and
Yeah.
saying who killed everyone, and then Scarlet goes like, huh? "That's right. Who are you, Perry Mason?" There's the head of police calling the guy, and he's like, "Why would Edgar Hoover be calling you on your phone?" And he's like, "He's on everybody else's phone. Why should he be on mine?" It's
So good.
he was a war profiteer, and he stole like radios, and then Mrs. So he stole the radios, being like obviously he just stole parts, and then they couldn't make the airplanes.
No, but it was a thing of him being like, so I stole radios and I stole them. Who did that hurt? Like, who did? And then her going like, well, what if one of our soldiers died because they didn't have a radio?
Because it's obviously like he didn't go into planes and take out
Yeah.
radios.
He just like stole shit and sold it, but it was like a
And
big
then
like.
being like, well, what if one of our brave soldiers died because they couldn't contact the airport?
Oh no, but the way she said, because they didn't have a radio. So like, I feel like the whole joke is her thinking like radio, like actual radio for music. Just to be like, they died because they didn't have a radio.
It's really a good movie. I feel like we laughed through most of it.
Yeah, because it's just joke after joke, and it's really, I mean, probably missed half of it, laughing from what had happened before.
Not to mention something that I mention all the time, but that's the way I feel about the Lego Batman movie. I finally watched the movie after I rewatched it 3 times.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like every time I was laughing and I missed
Yeah.
jokes. Um, you will watch the Lego Batman movie because it's like it explains good to somebody who doesn't know about Batman. Like,
Yeah.
why is this person obsessed with
Yeah.
Batman? But it is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I knew I would love the movie when it starts and it goes like, "Black. Every important movie starts with black. Logos, companies. I don't know what they did here. When you want to make change, you have to start in the mirror." And then it says like Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah.
no, I said that. Batman. It's like, welcome to MacGuffin Airlines. We're carrying these types of explosives, these types of explosives. And then the pilots go like, and two best friends. And then in the Air Force, they go like, is everything okay? Is everything right? And then one goes like, yeah, if they're two best friends. So it's very
I love
that.
that.
It's
Yeah.
that humor. Uh, but Clue is a similar vein. Clue is this thing where you at one moment you grow up and physical comedy doesn't do it anymore and it's so cartoony and you don't give a shit. And then you have this moment of refreshment of like
Yeah.
this is funny.
This is why.
Seeing four people run, so two people from one part of the stairs, two people from the other part of the stairs, and then hitting each other and all falling down. There's a moment of Yvette and the gay guy going upstairs. And actually, first of all, there's 10 minutes of them not going up the
Yeah.
stairs.
They're just like, you go.
You
No,
go
you
first.
go.
And then Mr. Green was like, okay, I'll go.
And they stand there.
And then they go like, we'll go together. And then they walk, and she's just like,
Yeah, she's bending down and he's pushing her up in front of him, just being like, so funny.
God, what a movie! It's so dumb. Uh,
Remember when I was like, what was your like first like comedy, like physical comedy movie that made you like, die laughing?
well, I feel like the Lalina cartoons are very physical
Yeah,
comedy.
I love Police Academy.
Never seen it.
It's
Never seen
now
it.
you would hate it. I'd hate it. You know, it
Yeah.
was so dumb. But like when I was a kid, I was 6. And it was like my mom and her friend and me, and we were watching it. And I was eating like a pudding something.
Mm.
It went
It
out
just
of my
came out of
nose. It was so I don't know what scene it was. I just remember dying laughing, and I'm so like, "Ugh, I want that
This
back."
explains so much about our upbringing because you're like, what's your favorite physical comedy? And I'm like, the French Italian cartoon Lalina was really considered one of the best.
Police guy.
Um,
No, my parents had a very like baseline, like Steiner Telto Sklada.
yeah,
Like it never is like, oh, this is good.
well,
Let's watch
Lalina
that.
was pretty famous here. I'm not being, I don't think I'm being a.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. I don't know, but I'm so.
So you know the like it's a blue background and it's a line and then the guy gets
I loved that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it just him going like, "Ooh." Yeah.
and then he like pulls the line and it makes a bow
Yeah.
and shit like that.
It's fun. I like it.
It's impressive
Yeah.
what they did with the line.
Yeah.
My favorite part of physical comedy is in Mamma Mia when Rosie, the like short one,
Mm-hmm.
when she's on the boat,
It's
she's just like
just falls.
she's wiggling and falling to the boat. God, physical comedy is so
I
funny.
know.
We need more of it.
Yeah. I need like I want more movies like Clue. I want like that's like the funny that I want. And everything about it is so like
There's
so up my part.
yeah, there's not a bad part of it, and that's. I remember showing it to you guys for the first time, and I think both of you thought that it was like a genuine murder mystery.
I don't know. Maybe I
So,
was
so jokes just went over your head and
yeah.
shit like that. And it was also like the first time we hung out, and I got hot, and I took off my shirt, and we were both really confused.
Look at us now.
I am sitting here in underwear.
Yeah. Um,
This
so
morning,
funny last night about sleep and I have like a dress shirt on
yeah.
and I had like pants ish
Oh.
on and I was like, ugh, I gotta take this off because it's too hot and the thing is sticking into
And
my body.
she's having a 14-minute monologue.
Yeah, like I have to take this off, but like I don't want to be naked and shit. It's a full on dress too. It's just him laying next to me naked. It's fully naked.
I'm in underwear and I put like the sheet over my underwear so it has the optical illusion
Yes,
of being
it has
fully
the
naked.
optical illusion of paint you like one of your friends.
That's how they would imply nudity in a movie.
Yeah.
Another funny part of the movie is they kept doing this thing of this like to create confusion. It worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Um, and they have this. So now when you rewatch the movie, like at the end they did some jokes that they also did at the beginning, where it's like to make a long story short, too late.
Too late. Yeah.
To create confusion. It worked.
Oh.
Who are you, Perry Mason? And then they also have like multiple parts about complaining about grammar,
Yeah.
double negatives.
Mhm. Give me a clear answer. Yes or no? Did you or did you not
Yes
hide?
or no?
Yes or no? Yes. So you did hide it. No.
No.
So you didn't hide it. Yes. Just goes like on and on.
Give me a clear answer. Did you or didn't you? Yes or no? Yes. Like, don't tell me you have photographs. I don't have photographs. Is that true? No, it isn't true. Ah, double negative. Oh, I didn't say my favorite joke. I didn't say my favorite. Your first husband also disappeared. That was his job. He was an illusionist, but he never reappeared. He wasn't a very good illusionist. I'd say it stings. I'd say Miss Scarlet the whole time everyone's being like revealed. I'd say it stings. She's just following him, like nagging everybody else. I'm blackmailed from what I'm accused of. What do you do? A specialized hotel and phone service that provides gentlemen with the company of a lady person. Do you want to see these pictures of it? They'll shock you. No, ma'am, I am a lady. How do you know what kind of pictures there are if you're such a lady?
Lady. Yeah, what kind of pictures there are. If it's a lady. It's like mocking somebody is always going to be peak comedy to me.
Okay. Like,
No, but like there
somebody's
isn't.
somebody's like, yeah.
Like, say anything to me right now.
Say anything.
Say anything. Isn't that so funny?
You will enjoy this story. You will enjoy the story that I'm about to tell you. So, it's me and Amra at the. So, like, when you fail two subjects, you have the right to come in. What is it? September or October?
Yeah,
To like
summer school.
to do your final test.
Yeah.
I think summer school is just like doing a full.
Summer school, I think in America is like you have to take classes in summer. With us, summer school is like
You have
learn
one final.
this and then come to a final exam. Like
Yeah.
there isn't like a school is just one day where you go and you like answer
And
questions.
it's your last,
Yeah, your last chance.
Yeah.
Of redemption.
Yeah. So and then you can fail two classes and you gotta then correct with the classes. So I'm gonna fail math and physics, I think,
Yeah.
and I failed math and history. So I'm pretty brainy, but I'm just very lazy.
Yeah. And it's like for me it's always been if I don't care about something, it's really I'm
Yeah,
not doing
no, because my physics teacher, I did not have the grades to pass, and she was like, "I'm gonna let you pass just because I know that you understood than most people here."
it. Yeah, I just don't wanna. I only failed once. It was anatomy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and I think third grade.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Hmm.
You could easily become a medical technician now.
Yeah. Isn't
That
that
is not
fucking
okay.
crazy? That is not okay.
It's not okay.
And it's the thing of like I know people who were 10 times worse than me who are medical technicians now. And I'm like I at least I have enough conscious in my brain to be like nobody's life should depend on me.
Yeah.
You know?
My thing is, right now, some people finish my college, and I'm like, I saw you 3 times, and
There,
all
yeah.
3 times you complained
Yeah.
about professors being mean to you because they
And
were like, "Hey, you didn't come to class."
you didn't come for a year. Did she even
I'm
go
such
here?
a victim.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's we're taking the final tests, and what was the thing? I think I failed history or something like
Yeah.
that. It was really dumb. It was, it was. I just did not want to learn
Yeah.
history. That was. I
I
was
just
very.
don't want to do it.
Yeah. So I'm crying, and then Amra also did like her maths final,
Yeah.
barely, and then like our teacher, who by the way is my height,
Yeah.
a woman my height.
Yeah.
And I
It's
love her to this
giant.
day. I
Yeah.
love her so much. She one time she was like, "Why do you guys always have to complain about professor?" Then the other professors go like, "Oh, there's the class with the tall professor who like."
Yeah.
One time she was like gonna take a picture of all of us, and she was like, "Oh, all that I'm here is a glorified selfie stick." I
Love
love
that.
somebody who could like freely
No.
joke about something like that. And Amna goes up to her, and I'm crying in the hallway because I'm like, oh, I failed.
Yeah.
You have a vendetta against your
I
lipstick.
really do.
And then
It's like I really wanted to swallow again.
um, it's like, did I pass?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Now that ain't me. Like the way
A
I was so
professor, a
a
professor.
professor.
Did I pass?
Love.
And she goes like, tell John he passed his three.
Yeah.
Like, forget off my side.
Yeah. Love. Oh God.
Like Amna's a short woman.
Yeah, just being. Just,
Amna looks 15.
and I can also imagine just like the sheer stress of it all being like, so did I pass? And her being like,
This tall Allison Jane type of
yeah.
being like,
But here's my thing with that. Summer school is very like, if you're not a dick to people, you will pass. Like, and then I'm so like,
you know what
why
my problem is?
are you doing this as a teacher? Like, I don't want to come to school if I
I
didn't
bet
have
you
to.
don't want to either.
That's the thing. It's like I, as a teacher, wouldn't want to be there in fucking middle of September or
Well, I
not
think
September, middle
the
June.
teachers in general just have to sometimes, like during summer times, sometimes just have to come to school.
Yeah, but it's a thing of like get your what's the word?
Curriculum.
Yes, for that and like prepare and shit. That's fine. But for me to add on more work for myself to be
Yeah.
like I have to come in this day and grade these students for what?
I have deep respect to the teacher who tried to fail me, because he was really trying to be a good teacher. Of being like, well, sometimes he was a bad teacher. Sometimes he didn't like empathize with the students,
Yeah.
shit like that. When we would do tests, he would like throw shit on the table to scare us, correct us, And
That one in middle school where like so it was me and Samara, we were sitting together and she took my Shasta
yeah,
and it was
it's called
broken.
compass.
Okay,
I kid you not.
great.
Do you know how I know? There's a Professor Layton puzzle
Yeah.
in the first video game, and it's one of the rare ones where you have to type in a word. I
Uh-huh.
was like, Dad, how the fuck do you say Shasta?
Yeah. So mine broke and she was fixing it, and she was so like not paying attention. And then this dude, he's teaching history and geography, and we were in class. So she's sitting fixing it, and so like enthralled with it. And then he's just like, so like, he's talking like this, and then he goes like, this. That's that. And she just. And I'm like, man, she's gonna kill me.
It's a thing with a pointy needle.
Yeah. He was just like,
You know, he wanted to fail me because I didn't know shit.
yeah, I
I,
know.
I'm never gonna paint myself. I will say like there are some negative things about him,
Mhm.
but I came there not knowing anything
Yeah.
because of my lack of studying.
Yes.
Because it's history. History, I think you don't even have to have a teacher. You can just throw a book at somebody and go, let's learn this.
Yeah. There is no
It's
point.
not a thing of like you didn't explain this to
Yeah.
me well enough. That
Yeah.
Hannibal attacked with the elephants.
Yeah.
I remember those parts.
Yeah.
He
I
al-
remember shit that's interesting.
He always goes like John always knows the fun facts.
Yeah, because they're fun.
Yeah.
The fuck am I like
I also
this
knew a
war
lot
happened from this year to that year, and I'm like, okay, people
It's,
died.
it's,
Cool.
it's the Second World War.
Like, okay, and what?
Tony Collette and Knives Out being like, and Germany needed an idiot in 1920 something.
Yeah.
She's better than me. I
I
wouldn't.
love that I'm bullshitting. I went to like in middle school, like ninth grade. I went to competition, history competition.
Guess which competitions I went to? English and German.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really, what sucks, I was the best, like, English student, but I sucked at spelling, and the only things they had was a spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
And I was so like, oh, fuck me, I want to get out of school, but I can't, because like, I can't spell B.
Spell bee.
B-E-E.
B. Rhinosinusitis. Do you know which word fucked me up?
Hmm.
Forest.
Forest?
I watched Forrest Gump the day before.
So
He
it's
has two R's.
yeah.
Also, E and I.
Hmm. Oh yeah, they always go, and it's so annoying because you
But
have to go like
I think
for
it
it,
was
da, da, da,
left,
for it.
and I spelled left.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's good because it's never a thing of like, I don't think a teacher will call you down for doing a spelling bee bad.
Yeah, because I'm like, I have to write. If I could
No, 'cause
write it, I could
Spelling
spell.
spelling bees are, and my teacher said like this is not a thing of wits. It's generally just
Yeah.
knowing the words and knowing
Yeah.
how to spell them.
Knowing the letters.
Yeah.
Says, you know. But yeah. I always had it like that the semester where I failed anatomy. I was like I was about to fail seven, like seven different subjects. I was just
And
like,
you failed Grey's Anatomy.
and the only one like, and it was such a
Do
like
you know why that show was called Grey's Anatomy?
because the guy's named Gray.
No. Because I mean, there's a book,
Uh-huh.
like a study book, that's called Grey's Anatomy,
Oh, fine.
and then they named her Grey.
Oh, yeah. Just to be like, hey,
To do like, so
yeah.
you studied anatomy. You
Imagine having to like,
taught from the book Grey's
yeah.
Anatomy.
Imagine being like, I'm a student, and being like, I have to find this book, and you Google Grey's Anatomy, and the only thing that comes up is the show. But I was a very like, I'll watch Doctor House. I'll know stuff, you know. Like
Yeah.
I was very that
Oh,
person.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I was the same. Oh, I played. That's the thing I'm playing right now. It's a sequel. A lawyer game.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can be a lawyer.
I could so be. I to this day, to this day, I believe I could have defended Amber Heard better than her lawyers did.
Okay.
Because not gonna get into that. That's a different one.
No, my thing is, I'm not being you being like, they just did so bad of a job. I'm over here thinking I could have convicted OJ. Because I'm like, because I played these games where it's like, and one time he went like, this is not about the politics, this is, and I'm like, I could have done that.
I could have done
I
that.
could have done that. The glove would have fit if I was there.
Yes. No, with OJ, I'm like that was completely jury's fault. Because they did like it was so dumb that you would look at all of the shit that was presented to you and I'm like, nah, he didn't do it.
You know what I love that the show did was like, did you think that the only reason they lost was because the glove didn't fit?
Yeah.
And him going like,
Mm,
putting it on one finger,
yeah.
it don't fit.
It don't fit. Yeah. And just like,
And
I can't.
he's doing like a he bites his tongue like a
Yeah.
kid drawing like
Literally.
it don't fit.
No, it's so. But I mean, a lot of it is just like you can see the tapes from the actual trial, and it's pretty much that. And I'm looking at fucking the jury there,
No,
being
but
like, "Are you flipping stupid?"
I would have done a better job because I played the Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like Marsha Clark. I'm
Yeah.
very proud of you. Very proud of what you did. But I played the Ace Attorney games and you didn't. To be fair, they didn't come out at that time.
Yeah. But
But
I would have done better.
I would have done a better job because I played the Ace Attorney
Yeah.
games.
No, but in high school, I had that. Like, I was about to fail seven different subjects. And some of them, to be fair, are mainly because I didn't have a single grade because I wouldn't show up to school at all. So I would go and I'd have like one after the other, just going like, and there was so many teachers that I would just really like finesse.
Yeah.
You know, with like my physics teacher, she was so fun, and I was always like, "I love you so much. I know I don't know shit, but I genuinely love you." And I'd go up and I'd be like, like just a clown, and she'd be like, "Ah, okay," you know. And then one guy, which fair enough, I didn't have a single grade in his class, and I was like, you know what? I know he's a dick. I have to like really get down to do it, and I did it, and I learned the whole script like top. I still remember it. It was
We should really take him to a vet.
to Yvette.
No, because there's like a big hole here. I think we should put something on it.
No, my dad got I'll do it on Sunday. That's probably later. So I would go there and I'd be like, okay, I have to learn it all, whatever. I go up and it's like an ER thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you
Emergency,
do in a case of?
emergency resuscitation.
Here's how this asshole phrases the question. You're walking down the street, you see a person on the ground. What do you do?
You're walking in the woods. There's
Yes.
no one around you, and the floor is dead. Who do you spot out of the corner of your eye? Actually, you don't know that.
Mm. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, I'm standing there, and I'm like, from A to Z, I'm like, and first you check his pulse, you check this. If there's any obstructions in his throat, you get it out. If you can't get it out, you do CPR. Like, da-da-da. I'm doing everything there is known to God, man. And then in the end, you put him in like it's called like a coma position, which is like you put his hand and like twist his head down so he doesn't choke if something happens, and you twist his leg over his body so he doesn't like go back. Really did all of that, and he's like, then what do you do? And I'm like, call the ambulance, wait for them to.
And he goes like, "Is that the person you should have done?"
No, that because like you have to help first and then go. And I'm like, then you call the ambulance and wait for them. And he's like, and so what do you do while you wait for them? And I'm like, and I'm really going and I'm looking around and
Continue
everyone.
CPR, I think.
No, because he's breathing. Like at this point, like you continue,
Okay,
like I've really set the scene.
No,
of,
because
that.
there's cases that I know from crime shows where it's like you have to continuously give CPR. Or like,
Listen.
okay. I'm being a student.
Yeah, so I'm looking around at everyone in the classroom, and everyone's like, I'm fucking, like, there's nothing written here. I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know what. And he's like, well, you should, he's mid clock, check his sugar levels. And I'm like, I'm sorry, let me just take out the EKG machine that I'm dragging when I'm out on my little midnight walk. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he gives me a fucking C. And I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. I was aiming for a D. I was like, I just need to pass this.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I knew it all. You just wanted to fuck with me in that moment.
Which can we look back and say, there.
Yeah. But yeah, I passed that, and then anatomy came around, and I was like, "Fuck me, I don't know. Like, I'm tapped out for the semester. Let me just go."
Yeah. No, I love that one teacher where you were like, where you came to the final exam, and he was like, "Nice to meet you. My name is."
Class, he was like, "Salva Silva," and I stood up, and he's like, "Nice to meet you," and I'm like, "Nice to meet you too, sir. How are you? How are the kids?" I don't know. Do you have any? I've never met you before.
How are things?
Thing. God, I was horrendous.
Can I offer you a cough drop in this trying time?
Yeah. So his plot thing, it was like when I took him to the vet the first time he had that, they cleaned it out with this my God, there's a name. They clean out human wounds with that, so it's that. And my dad bought it for the oldie dog because he had the like wounds.
Yeah.
And he cleaned it out with that, so he has some there. So I'm gonna clean it out. Because they didn't give him anything, they just cleaned it out.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just like maybe we should go and check if it's like something else. Maybe it's pizza or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I will I very, 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 very hate this one girl who didn't come to class in college. But it's not a thing. I'm not being like you were being a cunt. Because you were like, I didn't come to class.
Oh.
Imagine if, because you went to medical school, imagine if you went like, here's a medical slip from my doctor, and he goes like, I'm your doctor.
I'm your doctor. God, the shit that I would maneuver now, it would put me in like a constant state of anxiety. And back then I was so like, yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Like I would go to the doctors. I think I told this story before,
Yes,
but
you
I
did.
would go to the doctors, get a doctor's note, get like a uputnica to go to a hospital, and then right on the back of it be like, so this and this and that.
No, you know what my thing is? If you were caught, if people said anything against you,
Yeah.
you would be like, fair.
Yeah.
This girl from my class, Emma, who can go kill herself, by the way. I'm genuinely being honest here. She wouldn't come to school for like a whole semester.
Yeah.
Her stories are like, I constantly see her in town.
Mm-hmm.
Her sis- and then she goes back and she's like, I just had to go through a lot of doctors and like, but yeah. And then if somebody goes like, okay, could you have informed us,
Yeah.
emailed us, asked us, is there, and if there's anything you can do, being polite.
Yeah.
she'd be like, "Oh, those fucking bitches."
Yeah. I don't like a victim play. I was like, I would go to school, I would give it if it goes like, oh no, proja, and proja, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I was never like, and it's so hard for me. Like, I know what I did.
You know what you did?
I went to Flash for 8 hours. What do you want from me? Like, I was frolicking in the Una. I don't know. I'm fine.
Oh my god, I gotta tell you the story because my friend came home recently and we had this conversation about how everybody is so dependent on me being online all the time. Because everybody has just this image of me of like, I'll text John and he'll answer instantly because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not chronically online in the way of like, I'm liking anime. I'm just like, I need to be available at all moments. So I'm gonna have this one moment where we had to do a thing. That was the thing because we had to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had to like go with her to a place and then and then I didn't. I slept through my alarm.
Okay.
And then she comes to my door and she knocks. Doesn't wake me up.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I have slept through earthquakes.
Yes.
Um, and she starts crying. She's like, he died in his sleep. There's no way. She calls my mom,
Yeah.
and my mom goes like, when that happens, just call the
Main phone.
house phone. Yeah, that's what wakes him up. And then I wake up like through a house phone, and I'm like, oh shit, I overslept. And I'm like, hey. And then I see someone, and I'm like, hey, sorry, I overslept. I thought you was dead.
Die.
But then Sada had the worst moment because Sada, she's online like you.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't expect like a. So then, for some reason, this rumor in in the technical college
Yeah.
started that I killed myself.
Hilarious.
On that day, I decided to disconnect.
Have a day off.
Have a day, no, literally disconnect and go like bike riding and shit like
Yeah.
that. Cause these people just randomly started, and you know what my theory is? I didn't buy a game that week and didn't take a story playing a video game.
Yeah.
And then we laugh now, but it was really stressful for her because she was like, "He's dead. There's no way." She called the hospital. I know, and I kid you not, stroking the surface of our river like fucking Pocahontas.
Literally. She's like, oh, I feel so at peace.
She is crying and having a panic attack, and I'm on my bike going through woods like, oh look once more just around the river. I am being Pocahontas.
Love. Beautiful.
And I come back and I see, which by the way, brave of her, like one missed call.
Yeah.
Then she explained it to me. She was like, but if I call you and you don't answer,
Dead. Yeah.
then that's the issue. How did that disconnect? I never disconnected that for a long time.
Never disconnected that for a long time.
I didn't disconnect that for a long time. But she called me twice and she was just and then I come back and I call her. She's like, hey, no, I was just checking. Like, I think my brother has COVID, so we'll hang out. Being like, I don't know what to.
Yeah.
And then, like, weeks later, Amina goes like, hey, this happened.
She thought you died.
Laugh now. And it wouldn't be funny if, like, it was just like I was at a friend's place or something.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was fucking Pocahontas,
Yeah.
I kid you not, there was an exact moment where I laid on the ground and put my hand over water. I was being so like, oh my god, nature.
Yeah.
You know,
Lovely day.
I was the complete opposite of being dead.
Yeah.
I was
Just so alive.
So into
Yeah. Just so alive.
Somebody's crying that I have killed myself.
Oh God. Fine.
It's fun. And I had multiple moments of people going like, hey, are you dead?
Yeah.
And then my best friend, honest, one time I had like a random attention seeking moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I got home and turned off my phone so he would think that something happened to
Yeah.
me. I'm not proud of what I did. Then like 3 hours later, I'm like, okay, enough time has passed. And he just goes, he sent a message. This is my best friend. We're both very autistic. He just sent a message. You're dead, lol.
The thing with you is
Dead,
dead.
lol.
Well, I'm very like I'll send you like we rarely ever talk like hey what's up.
Yeah, no,
It's either like we'll
memes.
send each other memes and you never respond
If
to
we
them.
need each other, we'll call.
Yeah, and you never respond to them, so I'm never like, oh, he's offline. He'll usually just a like or something,
Yeah.
and then I'm never online.
That's what I mean. Because Sarah is the same type as you.
Yeah,
So she usually wouldn't be afraid that I'm offline.
yeah. But she,
But then
but if I heard he
somebody
killed himself and then can reach you, would
but
have had a problem.
now
Yeah.
you would call me and I would be and you'd be like, oh, he's just being Pocahontas.
You
And then I'm
know.
in a ditch somewhere, like
Yeah.
eyes poked out in an elevator.
Oh, what a life.
What a life. No, because it's the oh, another thing that happened, and it's so I was so sad for Amra. It's so Amra is a very anxious person, and she has to go to
Yeah.
scholarship and stuff like that. So it's whenever her boyfriend does like go somewhere and he doesn't respond to her time, she gets panicky and shit like that. And then there was this one day where she was like, "Oh, like nothing. I don't know that he's going anywhere. She's just enjoying her day."
Mm.
Her brother calls her like, "How's your boyfriend? I heard he was in a car crash."
Oh God, that would not help.
And I'm like, the one because he's in the hospital. I think he couldn't contact her yet.
Yeah.
So he was waiting to get home to call her.
Yeah.
But like it was him and one of his friends, and then like Amra's boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
Amra's brother, heard
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
thing happened. So
With
he's
the
like,
great
"Hey,
one.
how's that? You heard
Yeah.
in a car crash?" Imagine like the one day you're not stressed.
Yeah, one day you're like, oh, he's fine. Playing video games.
And she sent me that, and I didn't go like, "Oh, poor him." I was like, "Poor you."
Yeah, honestly. Oh God.
You know what I said to him when I ran into him?
Hmm.
I just heard.
It just no. The only person I get panicky about is Amal because he is a
He's
very
obsessive.
because
Not
he's
with you. He's very
yeah in general a very like and like he will talk about nothing for 4 hours. So I always know where he is. Not even because I want to know, because he will always be like, so today I have to go do this and do that and da 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 da. So
And then it's funny when he wants to surprise us that he's coming home earlier, and he goes like, "Hey, I will not be online because there's this
yeah.
like German democracy thing that's happening, and I have to be present there." And it's like, shouldn't have a phone there, and but
Yeah. But it works because we're like, oh, you're always like this,
Yeah.
so it's fine. But like one time I came home, and usually when I come home from work, I'm like, hey, I'm home, and he's like, okay, hey. So and then we are like, are we gonna talk or not, or like, are you tired? If I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. Whatever. And I'm like, hey, I'm home. And then I walk him. Come home. I take a shower. There's no
She walks
response
our
from him.
dog. She doesn't walk her boyfriend.
I walk the dog. I take a shower. I do everything. Still no response. So I send another one. Nothing. I see he's active 6 hours ago. So I call him. Nothing. Viber. Call him. Nothing. I called his mother. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then she's like, oh, he went out with his friends. Like, his phone died or whatever. And I'm like, that is such a you're lying to me thing to say. He went out with his friends and his phone died. He like, and in my head, I shit the first thing that I was so terrified of is he got into a fight and killed someone and he's in prison now. Like, that's where my brain went to.
He didn't go like he's dead.
Yeah.
He didn't go like he's cheating.
No, it's just he killed someone and he's in prison.
Yeah.
And like, oh.
Tell the audience what you did to him this morning.
So I just text because he sent like a bunch of reels, and like usually when I make it, I'll respond to that. I'll be like, "Hey, good morning." This time I wake up and I just write, "Don beat me up." And then he's like,
referencing that I like flipped her phone
Yeah,
in her face, hit her a little bit.
"Yeah, Don beat me up," and then he starts calling me, and he's like, "What happened? Are you kidding or what happened?"
This cold-hearted bitch is recording a video.
Just being like,
the phone, it says like he is calling you.
yeah.
She's sending a video, and then he goes like, "Tell me what happened," and she goes like, "The video is sending."
As like no being like, "Hey, I'm kidding," just being like, "You'll see when you get the video." So and my brain didn't even think like, "Hey,"
your brain didn't even think that I'm sending you the video of how hard he beat me.
Yeah, how like I
like,
can't see now.
Look at my face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Selma, tell the man you're joking. I'm not being like, what will he think of me? I'm being like, he's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah. It's funny.
We laugh. Afford to laugh.
Afford to laugh.
Do you have a mother this week?
I'm honest. I'm gonna go with Amber Heard. Okay. Because I really don't have anything, and this reminded me. I just want to say something, and it's quite controversial in my, like, but she is not
A good actor.
She is not the one to blame. She
Um,
didn't like everything was a reaction to what he did to her. And if you really listen to all the tapes and if you go through it from one point to the other, like, and I genuinely spent hours on this, okay? Like, I know.
I'm looking at this perspective. I'm not being. I know nothing of
Yeah.
this.
So I'm very like I've studied it, but like I've been through it, and it's so annoying that
You're
the
like
whole
talking
world
about being.
go into the building.
I was looking for
I
clues.
was looking for clues. Um, but it's him just gaslighting her until eventually she breaks, and then he will throw a bottle at her, and then she will throw a bottle back at him, and then he'll be like, she threw a bottle at me." You know what I mean? Like it's a continuous thing, and it's such a like he is a horrendous person, and he got away with it, and the only reason why is because people made a meme about her shitting on the bed,
Yeah.
and that's what happened.
My knowledge
Mm-hmm.
is that, and I was this from the beginning.
Yeah.
I was always like, it takes two to tango.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were both in a miserable relationship, and it should have been handled off screen. And the reason why it was handled on screen was because of Johnny Depp's legal team.
Yeah.
What will make you happy is that Twitter is on your side.
Good.
Yeah, like now
Yeah.
people when they see Johnny Depp, they go like, "Oh, a wife beat," and shit
Yeah.
like that. I'm just like, I don't care because I'm not the type of person who is like, "Oh my God, Johnny Depp acts in this, I gotta see it."
Yeah.
I think Johnny Depp is way past his prime now,
Yeah.
and there's not gonna be an important movie with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can just watch his movie from before, and I don't care about the situation because it's the marital problems between these two people. I
Yeah.
farted.
Okay. Sounds like a video.
It's these marital problems between these two people, and I couldn't give less of a shit.
Yeah.
Not that it's not an important thing because it is. It's not me
Yeah,
being
but
like,
you see that in your neighbors. Like it's
yeah,
such a
it's no, because remember when the whole internet made a thing about one of the Try guys having an affair?
Yeah.
Having an affair.
This day.
I get that it's bad, but
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Well, because
What?
he fronted. That's the
But
problem.
why is
Like if you see Tana Mojo cheating on her boyfriend, you're not gonna be like, "Oh my God, like yeah, no shit, she
I
cheated."
know, but like, why is this whole like, why are we killing Ned Palmer all of a sudden? No, like this is a bad thing, yes.
Yeah.
And I would like if I watched it to hear about it and
Yeah.
to be like, okay, now I dislike this person.
Yeah.
As somebody who doesn't give a shit about it, why do I need an SNL sketch? Like
Yeah.
why is this whole thing? He wasn't a cannibal. He fucking cheated, and
Yeah.
it's bad, obviously.
No, that's the thing, but I really feel like it's up to the person who did it because it's like if you have a reputation of being a wild guy or something, nobody's gonna give a fuck. But if you front as this big family man and I love my wife, my kids, and you built your whole reputation upon that, and then it comes out like, oh, he cheated, then you're like, well, fuck you, then
And
everything about you is fake.
But okay, I was like, this is funny, and then I saw the mountains of people being like, wow, like oh
Yeah,
my,
kill yourself.
like, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, guys, these are the marital problems between two people. Can
Yeah.
we stop?
Yeah.
Can we? Because I don't care about the Try Guys. That's
Yeah.
my thing. So that's a similar thing with the two of them, where I'm just like, this is a private matter,
Yeah.
and if I am somebody who like loves Johnny Depp,
Yeah.
not just loves his acting roles,
Mhm.
loves Johnny Depp as a character, I would like to be informed that this happened and that my opinion of him will be shifted.
Yeah.
As somebody who didn't give a shit, I was raped every day by
Yeah.
news of Johnny Depp and
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
I
That's
know.
how intense it was.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, everyone, she has gone through quite literally, like, we've seen her being beaten down to, like, in a horrendous way, you know?
But I'm also saying, like, right now, like, Johnny Depp's reputation can survive that fall.
Yeah.
And let's be honest here, Johnny Depp had a reputation to die.
What?
Johnny Depp had a reputation that could be destroyed.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
what, Amber's gonna go back to being a clerk? You know what I mean?
No,
I'm
I
not
think,
saying, like, oh, poor him. I'm saying, like,
yeah, nobody really knew of her. Like, I
Johnny
get that
Depp had
part.
this, like, multi-million career that fell down. And I'm not being, like, poor him. I'm, like, deservedly so.
Yeah.
But then Amber Heard is just like, oh, guess I'm gonna be a normal person.
No, but that's the thing. I feel like if I was in her situation, I would rather be like unknown than be known for that. You know,
Yeah.
I would rather be like just a nobody something.
It's like that girl who'll always be known as the girl who killed Andy Warhol.
Yeah, that's all you'll ever be. But yeah, so
No,
I
but
don't know.
I'm just making the joke of like Johnny Depp had something to lose.
Yeah. But she's thriving. She's in Spain now. She has a
See
girlfriend.
what
She
I
has
mean?
yeah.
Johnny Depp can't, can't bounce back.
Yeah, and he looks awful.
Even though
now.
he quote unquote won, like trial wise, he well, first of all, let's say this: people who were following that case, like it's a TV show,
Yeah,
mental institution,
yeah.
all of you.
But then it's this whole thing of like it started, and now that it ended, and everyone's looking back, and they're like, "Oh my god, this was such a layered thing."
Yeah.
And now Johnny Depp is also seen as the wife beater and everything. So maybe he does have still money from the like previous roles. Maybe he still is.
No,
But
I
like,
feel like Johnny Depp is fine money wise. I think,
Yeah.
but if I was like,
I
I
think
don't
he
get
doesn't care.
people
I
who
think
have like you've built an empire around yourself. Go retire. Go on a beach, frolic, live life, drink cocktails,
Lana Del Rey.
and just stop. Like nobody wants to see you anymore. You're ugly now. Like, and his acting was never done.
Okay.
It was never like he has the syndrome of Charlie Sheen of you always play yourself.
I wouldn't
I
say
feel
he
like
always plays himself. I would say he had a director who know how to use him.
yeah, but it's like yeah, I
You
love
can-
I love
I'm just gonna say like you can see
Some of his roles and be like, "Oh, that's Captain Jack Sparrow." You know what I mean?
yeah, but
He did have
he just
range,
had roles where he would emphasize certain parts and or emphasize other parts of himself. Like
which is what
Jack
somebody
Sparrow
might
is
call
very
acting.
no, because Jack Sparrow is very like I'm a cool guy and I drink and isn't that him? But just being so animated with it.
Sweeney Todd. How is he similar to Johnny Depp? How is he similar to Jack Sparrow?
Well, didn't see that, but besides the
I love that that you watch the Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's him.
And you're like, I know Johnny Depp's choreography. You know,
I
like
really hate him now.
I get it, but I'm just gonna defend the part that should be.
The separating art from the artist.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends because okay, listen.
Mhm.
There's this thing of if I liked your work and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you did this thing,
Mm-hmm.
there's the option of liking you, like still liking your work, is if that work isn't tied to what you're being called out for right now.
Okay.
If you're a porn actor who, let's say that the situation happened fairly recently,
Mm-hmm.
where you're known for being this big man and you're doing these like smaller boys,
Yeah.
and it's this fantasy of like a lot of the people who are fantasizing having sex with him. It's like, oh, I'm being used,
Yeah.
and then let's say hypothetically, child porn is being found on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
You go like,
Oh no.
you know.
Yeah.
But if there was a porn actor who had child porn on his computer and his whole acting was fucking old men,
Yeah. Then it's like enjoy it.
I'm being hyperbolic.
Yeah,
up
I know,
here,
I know,
but
yeah.
like so if it was like Johnny Depp got canceled for acting like Captain Jack Sparrow,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, okay, I don't like Johnny Depp, but I still love Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
So Johnny Depp being canceled for something that isn't remotely tied to his work,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can still view his work and like his work.
Yeah.
And then no, it's like if it's what's his name? Kevin Spacey is
Mhm.
famous for playing creepy bad roles.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson is famous for playing creepy bad roles.
Mm-hmm.
Them being creepy bad men kind of
Yeah. Kind
gives
of
you
makes.
an ick,
Yeah.
but also kind of adds to the performance.
Yeah.
if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
You know, like watch The Shining now, knowing that he fully like I think he like a girl now is like she pushed her down the stairs and do that. It was like it's like
Yeah.
a real intense thing. She's now in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
watch The Shining now, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's like if I didn't like you before,
Mm-hmm.
And then you're in everything.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. I didn't watch Tom Cruise before,
Yeah.
And then it's like he's this crazy Mel Gibson too.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like he's this crazy guy, and I'm like, well now when you act, I just see
Yeah, I just see
these two
that.
crazy
Yeah,
people.
I know.
So with writers, it's definitely about what they're writing. So like
Hmm.
Lovecraft doesn't feature explicit racism in his books. So him being a racist is my favorite movie creator is a total asshole.
Okay, who?
Hayao Miyazaki, who makes
Okay.
Ghibli movies,
Okay.
is first of all a horrendous father,
Okay.
hates everybody,
Hmm.
and then this is because I was like, okay, I can look past all that. Then when his movie lost to Wallace and Gromit, the Werewolf Rabbit, it was like you don't even appreciate the art form that you're making
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, this silly movie got an Oscar when it was like this marvel of stop motion animation. But no, you're pissed that you're choosing. But
See, mocking is funny. Do you remember?
but do I have this tattoo? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do I love Ghibli?
Ghibli, yeah.
Yes, I do.
No, that's the thing. I've always a big like, and the only part where I get iffy on it is like these people are profiting off of you watching or off of you listening or whatever. But I'm like, I don't care. Like anybody who's ever made anything, you can find something that they're a shitty person.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm supposed to just let go of it all. And I'm not saying like
Also,
every person. I'm saying like give me any movie. There has to be 100 people working on that movie. One of them killed their wife.
absolutely.
You know, and I'm supposed to just be like, fuck that movie. I'm
Yeah,
never watching.
give me a movie, and let's say hypothetically, there was this one extra that they used for this one scene
Hypothetically.
to be a doctor. Then it's found out later that he was a serial killer in the fag in the back.
Yeah. Am I supposed to?
Hypothetically.
Am I supposed to not watch hypothetical movie title Exorcist anymore? But yeah, so that's what I'm. That's my point. I can like I'll listen to Teta. You know, big. You know, her husband killed a lot of people. A lot of people.
A lot of
And she was
she stole
really
dead people's jewelry.
yeah. She was and she went
And
to
not,
jail.
not like, oh my god, I'm going to fear all these.
No.
Like my husband killed a 16-year-old girl. Oh, I like that bracelet.
Give it. Show me to me, Rachel.
Show me to me, please.
But I'm still like, you know what? I like these songs. They're good songs. So I'm gonna listen to them,
Yeah.
and it's fun. And like, I know that but I can still like disassociate being like, oh, you're a shitty person. You're horrendous. I'm not gonna sit here and defend you because I like something you did. And I think that's the biggest problem with that. So many people don't want to like. I love Jack Sparrow, so I'm not gonna say that Johnny Depp is a white beater.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I love Jack Sparrow. Does Johnny Depp suck? Yes.
I love. Okay, a situation that I'm very, very like intense about.
Yeah.
So, you know what my favorite live action Batman movie is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's the Batman. Kidding, I'm kidding. It's Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito. I hate Tim Burton's interpretation of Batman. I hate that he shits on comics. I hate that he has never read a comic book in his life, and he made a movie, The Batman.
Yeah.
Do I love that movie? Fuck yes, I do. Because Catwoman and the Penguin were
Brilliant.
written really well.
Yeah.
So I can even be like, you shit on this medium that I love, and you made a movie in that medium.
Yeah.
But I hate it when a bitch I don't like serves.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, who's your mother of the week?
I was really stalling. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something like.
I'm gonna say is it Fuji Kondo who makes the Ace Attorney games? I'm just playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles right now. He made the lawyer games that I talked
Yeah.
about, and I grew up with those games, and I really the games are basically books.
Okay.
Yeah, it's books, and then like somebody says something, and you're like, oh, I have this evidence that's a lie.
Yeah.
You go with the evidence.
Yeah.
And then the music is like, you did something very good. Great. So I'm playing that, so I'm like, really,
Yeah.
this man can write, and I forgot how good this man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's fun.
How long did it?
Because I feel like this is a long one.
It's funny because like
2 hours, yeah.
it's 2 hours, and I think 10 minutes were about clues.
But you know, we made a point. We're doing it. So explain the movie. You're done.
Yeah, because I was just like, I want us to enjoy something and talk about it in the podcast, being like, this is really fun.
Yeah.
My mother of the week is Mrs. Peacock.
This is because you should title this like Guess Who.
No. I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. So it's gonna be like some mother skipping the cracks.
I loved it so much. Flames.
Flames.
Flames on the side. Like, make it like a really long time. Or like, well, somebody might as well break dance and it might as well be like however much words they let me put into it.
Yeah.
It's
Fun.
gonna be really fun. You
Okay.
really liked Ocean's 8.
I really loved Ocean's 8 because I was so. It's so there, like, and it didn't even cross my mind to be like Ocean's 8. Yeah.
I liked perfect.
I liked the Madonna too, where you were like that that girl that Robbie Williams made a song about.
That's how I say it.
Yeah, that's who she is.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay mother.
Mm-hmm.
Don't smother.
Smother.